Hello, good evening and a very warm welcome to all the viewers in Express News with me, Deepika, and gear up for a quick round of 100 national and international updates across 30 minutes. Let's begin. Campaigning for second phase of assembly election in West Bengal and Assam ended this evening. In the second phase of polling, 30 seats in West Bengal, including NANDIGRAM, to go to polls on the 1st of April. 171 candidates are in the fray in the second phase of West Bengal polling. Voting for the second phase in Assam too will be held on 1st of April. Polling for 39 seats will be held with as many as 345 candidates in the fray. Assembly polls in West Bengal will be held in 8 phases, while there will be a total of 3 phases in Assam. Counting of votes and results will be declared on 2nd May. Addressing poll rally at PALAKKAD in Kerala, PM Narendra Modi alleges UDF and LDF are in friendly pact in the fray and thus misleading people of Kerala. PM Modi accuses left leaders in Kerala of behaving like junior-level goons. He said that under left government, political rivals are being killed, hacked and beaten, and added that BJP government in Kerala will stop this violence. Union Home Minister and senior BJP leader AMIT SHAH holds a roadshow in Panskura in West Bengal. West Bengal Chief Minister and TMC leader MAMATA BANERJEE also holds a roadshow in NANDIGRAM, West Bengal. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi hits the campaign trail in Assam while Priyanka Gandhi campaigns for Congress in Kerala. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan takes second dose of vaccination today, reiterates safety of both the vaccine and appeals people not to be complacent and follow COVID-appropriate behavior. 37,028 recoveries were recorded in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative total of recovered patients to 1,13,93,021. With this, the recovery rate currently stands at 94.19%. India crosses a landmark milestone in COVID-19 vaccination, recording over 6.11 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses being administered so far. 6,11,13,354 vaccination doses have been given so far. And the Director General of Civil Aviation asked for enhanced surveillance pertaining to COVID-19 protocols at the airports. In an advisory, the DGCA said that during the surveillance of some airports, the compliance towards COVID-19 protocols not found satisfactory. India's massive global outreach vaccine MYANMAR continues in full swing. Made in India vaccine doses reach Paraguay, Niger, Zimbabwe and Fiji. EAM J. Shankar calls the initiative as an expression of support and solidarity. Union Health Ministry appeals to the states to ramp up testing with focus on RT-PCR tests, prompts isolation of those infected, strengthen public and private healthcare resources, ensure COVID-appropriate behavior. The top 10 districts in India with active COVID-19 cases are Pune, Mumbai, Nagpur, Thane, Nashik, Aurangabad, Bengaluru, Urban, Nanded, Delhi, Ahmednagar. 8 of the 10 districts with active COVID-19 cases are in Maharashtra. Citizens aged more than 45 years allowed for vaccination starting 1st April 2021. All persons over 45 years of age can register on the CoWIN portal for getting the COVID-19 vaccination. Union Minister Dr. Harshvardhan inaugurates alignment and awareness event for publicity of DSIR PRISM scheme. In view of the increasing number of corona patients in Maharashtra, the State Health Department has directed manufacturers in the state to supply 80% oxygen for medical use and remaining 20% of oxygen for industrial use under the Infectious Diseases Control Act, Disaster Management Act and Maharashtra Essential Services Act. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar attends the 9th Ministerial Conference of Heart of Asia Istanbul process, says for a durable peace in Afghanistan, world needs double peace both within and around Afghanistan. French naval ships Tonnerre and Surcouf are on a 2-day goodwill visit to Kochi. The ships arrived at Cochin Airport and were received by senior naval authorities in the background of fanfare by the naval band. The wreath-laying ceremony for martyr CRPF Constable Jagannath Roy was held in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar today. Constable Jagannath Roy was martyred on 25th of March in a terror attack. President, Vice President and Prime Minister have greeted the people of Rajasthan on their State Formation Day. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar flags off the inaugural run of the Jemu train from Falton to Pune. Highlighting the development work done in past 7 years, Union Minister Javadekar hailed the progress which has changed the face of Indian Railways. He underlined that work on enhancing double lines and broad gauge connection. In a constant endeavour to connect the unconnected regions, 22 new routes have been operationalized in the last 3 days under the UDAN scheme, out of which 6 new routes have been operationalized in northeast India. First direct flight from Shillong, Meghalaya to Agartala under the UDAN scheme was flagged off today. Union Minister of Education Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank inaugurated Anandam, the Centre for Happiness, virtually today. Lieutenant Governor Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha, founder Art of Living Foundation Sri Ravi Shankar virtually graced the occasion. Dr. Milind Kamble, Chairman, Board of Governors IIM Jammu, presided over the event, whereas Professor B.S. Sahai, Director IIM Jammu, was also present. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi extends his best wishes to Dr. Farooq Abdullah for a speedy recovery from COVID-19. Defence Public Sector Undertaking Mini Ratna Shipyard, Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited has paid interim dividend of Rs 44.10 crore for financial year 2020-2021 to its shareholders. The 30-share SENSEX today gained 1,128.08 points to end at 50,136.58. The 50-share NIFTY gained 337.80 points to close at 14,845.10. Gold dipped by Rs 138 to Rs 44,113 per 10 gram in the national capital on Tuesday amid decline in global precious metal prices, according to HDFC Securities. Silver also declined to Rs 320 to Rs 63,212 per kg from Rs 63,532 per kg in the previous trade. The rupee on Tuesday ended at Rs 73.38 against the US dollar, registering a fall of 87 paise over its previous closing. Brent crude futures, the global oil benchmark, also traded 0.69% at USD 64.53 per barrel. The government has received multiple expressions of interest for privatization of Neelachal Ispat Nigam Limited. In a tweet, Secretary, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, Tuhin Kanta Pandey, said the transaction moves ahead to the second stage on schedule. Preliminary traffic figures released by the Association of Asia Pacific Airlines show international air traffic demand remaining at depressed levels as a result of continued border restrictions. However, the demand for air cargo has risen, the figures showed, owing to export activity and improving global business confidence. A UK-based robotic process orchestration solutions company, INH, has announced a strategic partnership with Tech Mahindra, a leading provider of digital transformation consulting and business re-engineering. Tata Power on Tuesday said it has got a letter of award from Gujarat Urja Vikas Nigam Limited to develop a 60-megawatt solar project in Gujarat. Over 12 crore 82 lakh people worldwide have contracted COVID-19, while more than 10 crore 34 lakh have recovered from it. So far, the death toll from the virus stands above 28 lakh 3,000 globally. US continues to remain worst affected from COVID-19, with number of cases crossing 3 crore 10 lakh. WHO chief says global funding and cooperation is crucial if there is going to be fair access to COVID-19 vaccines for everyone. US President Joe Biden says 90% of all adults in the United States will be eligible for the coronavirus vaccination by April 19th. Biden also warned about the potential for an upsurge in infections. Biden termed behavior of scores of college students on spring vacation in Miami reckless and said it indicates more infections will be reported in the days ahead. US officials on Monday pleaded with Americans to take precautions to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Head of the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, urged public officials and others to spread the word about the seriousness of the situation in an effort to prevent a fourth COVID-19 surge in the country. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Monday said he hoped that England would not need to go into another lockdown if the people of the country abide by the rules on coronavirus vaccines continue to be effective. The stay-at-home lockdown order ended on Monday. Australia on Tuesday reported 8 new locally acquired COVID-19 cases in Queensland. Authorities in the country have warned more cases could emerge as the state scrambles to restrict an outbreak linked to the highly contagious UK variant of the coronavirus. A study released by the US Center for Disease Control shows vaccine produced by Pfizer, BioNTech and Moderna are highly effective at preventing COVID-19 in real-world conditions. Pakistan's president tested positive for COVID-19 2 weeks after receiving his first dose of an unnamed vaccine. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro on Monday unveiled biggest cabinet reshuffle, announcing the exit of Brazilian Foreign Minister Ernesto Araújo, blaming him for scuppering vaccine supply deals. According to officials in South Korea, Japan and the United States, North Korea launched at least 2 projectiles suspected to be ballistic missiles. North Korea's ballistic missiles are banned under United Nations Security Council resolutions. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S.-China relationship is competitive in some places, it's collaborative in other places, and it's adversarial in still others. Blinken's comments echoed those made on Sunday when he said he saw increasingly adversarial aspects to the country's relationships. A group of UN human rights experts have expressed deep concerns about allegations regarding China's treatment of its Muslim Uyghur minority. The Working Group on Business and Human Rights said they have received information that connected more than 150 Chinese and foreign domiciled companies to serious allegations of human rights abuses against workers from the minority group. The United Nations Refugee Agency UNHCR has said it has received a growing number of reports in recent months suggesting asylum seekers may have been pushed back to Turkey at sea or immediately after reaching Greek soil or left adrift at sea. Nepal has ordered schools to close for 4 days after the air pollution climbed to hazardous levels, forcing millions of students to stay home across the country. As many as 2,000 refugees fleeing Myanmar to Thailand had been pushed back despite the ongoing aerial bombardment, 2 activist groups said. However, Thai authorities said the army was taking care of them on the border. In Ecuador, authorities have seized 185 baby turtles that were due to be smuggled from the Galapagos. The baby turtles were found wrapped in plastic in a suitcase at Baltra Airport. 10 of the turtles were found dead. Turtles from the Galapagos could fetch as much as $5,000 on the black market. Shipping was on the move again late on Monday in Egypt's Suez Canal as tugs refloated a giant container ship which had been blocking the channel for almost a week, causing a huge buildup of vessels around the waterway. South Korea's K-pop sensation BTS released a statement on Tuesday saying they had experienced racism because they were Asian and called for an end to anti-Asian discrimination amid a rise in reported incidents. Documented incidents of an anti-Asian violence in the United States have shot up alarmingly since the first confirmed cases of COVID-19 were reported in China more than a year ago, prompting demonstrations and comments from leaders such as US President Joe Biden. A 74-year-old pensioner, Vladimir Sidakov from Russia's Ekaterinburg, is on his way to cover himself in tattoos top to toe. A fan of poetry and painting, Siddhakov's skin is covered with a mixture of cartoons, demons, mythical animals and poetry lines. Siddhakov also runs a blog which is full of fun videos in which he usually dances, sings, dares people for boxing or takes his coat for a tram ride. A Planet Sauvage zoological park in western France has recently welcomed a baby red howler monkey as a result of growing conservation efforts for the threatened species. The baby monkey, which was born on 16th February at Planet Sauvage Zoo, has been tentatively named Shango, currently the top choice in an online poll the park has launched upon the young male's birth. A restored 15th century Flemish masterpiece called Adoration of the Mystic Lamp that has been painted over, partly stolen and hidden by the Nazis, gained a new bulletproof glass housing in Belgium this week, part of a €30 million revamp for visitors. To see the painting, visitors will have to pass through the crypt before viewing the panels. Kept inside an adaptive glass case, augmented reality glasses and tablets will relate the panel's 600-year-old history. The famous cherry blossom trees of Washington, D.C. have reached full bloom, drawing crowds to marvel at their white and pink flowers. The trails remained open on Monday despite warnings from the National Park Service that access would be shut down if crowds became unmanageable. The warnings may have had an effect since crowds showed up but did not pack the paths as they had in previous years. Peak bloom usually lasts 4 to 7 days and was first reached last week. Thousands of visitors have been drawn to the Icelandic volcano which erupted on 19th of March as it continues to spew out lava. Since the eruption started, people have hiked to the site on the Reykjanes Peninsula, some 30 kilometers southwest of the capital, hoping to be awed by the rare lava fountains. Since the initial eruption, lava has steadily seeped out of the volcano in a flow strong enough to ensure the molten rock does not solidify and close the fissure. The phenomena is getting widely discussed among scientists. In United Kingdom, swimmers flocked to the outdoor pools as England's stay-at-home lockdown order ended. People are now allowed to meet up outside in groups of 6 for the first time in nearly 3 months, though Prime Minister Boris Johnson urged caution due to rising coronavirus cases across Europe. Swimmers at an open-air pool in southeast London said they were extremely happy to once again to be able to do something they love. A grandmother in the United States is happy that she can now hug her grandchildren again as she prepared to receive the second dose of her COVID-19 vaccination. The caregiver of the 83-year-old Alzheimer's patient called it a blessing and said she will be able to hug her grandchildren now. Families are happy that they will be able to sit together for the Passover holiday meal after being long separated by COVID-19. With more than 42% of all American seniors already fully inoculated against COVID-19, Jewish grandparents are happy that they will be able to embrace loved ones around the Seder table during the week-long celebration that began last week. Japanese second seed Naomi Osaka extended her winning streak to a 23rd March as she moved into the Miami Open quarterfinals for the first time. Osaka won 6-3, 6-3 against Belgium's 16th seed Elise Mertens. Osaka will face Greek 23rd seed Maria Sakkari or American 29th seed Jessica Pegula in her next game. Australian world number 1 Ashley Barty also advanced by beating 14th seed Victoria Azarenka of Belarus. Barty won by 6-1, 1-6 and 6-2 in a gripping contest with the 2020 US Open finalist. Barty, playing in an overseas tournament for the first time in more than a year because of the coronavirus pandemic, continues her title defense against Belarusian 7th seed Aryna Sabalenka. Greek second seed Stefanos Tsitsipas defeated Japanese 28th seed Kei Nishikori by 6-3, 3-6 and 6-1 after an hour and 56 minutes to reach the last 16 of the Miami Open. Tsitsipas will next face Italian 24th seed Lorenzo Sonigo, who dispatched Colombian Daniel Galan by 7-6, 6-3. Russian 4th seed Andrei Rublev routed Hungarian 29th seed Martin Fuchs by 6-2, 6-1 to reach the 4th round. The 23-year-old will next face Croatia's 32-year-old Marin Cilic, who beat Italy's 19-year-old Lorenzo Musetti by 6-3, 6-4. The 12th-seeded Renock from Thornhill reached the 4th round of the ATP Masters 1000 event for the 5th time in 10 appearances with a 6-4, 7-5 win over number 20 seed Hugo Humbert of France. Argentine Diego Schwartzman cruised into the 4th round of the Miami Open with a 6-1, 6-4 victory over Francis Adrian Manmarino. Schwartzman converted 2 of 5 break points opportunities while the Frenchman failed to create a chance for himself. Schwartzman advances to the round of 16 for the first time in Miami, where he will face Sebastian Korda of the United States. Poland's Hubert Hurkacz got revenge on Denis Shapovalov with a 6-3, 7-6 win over the Canadian number 6 seed just 2 weeks after Shapovalov beat him in Dubai. Hurkacz faces Milos Raonic, also from Canada, in round of 4. London residents were thrilled to be allowed to play tennis again as outdoor sports and leisure facilities were reopened as part of the British government's gradual easing of its lockdown restrictions. Record goal scorer Sergio Aguero will leave Manchester City at the end of the season. The 32-year-old striker's contract expires at the end of the season and he's been told it will not be renewed. Sergio Aguero will be honoured by a statue at Etihad Stadium alongside title-winning captain Vincent Kompany and playmaker David Silva, who left the club in 2019 and 2020 respectively. Portugal coach Fernando Santos has said that captain Cristiano Ronaldo reacted how almost anyone else would have done when he stormed off the pitch after his stoppage time effort against Serbia was not allowed in Saturday's World Cup qualifier. Santos said Ronaldo had admitted his outburst was not acceptable and made it clear that the star player will retain the captain's band as Portugal prepare to face Luxembourg. England fast bowler Jofra Archer has had surgery on his right hand after England's Director of Cricket Ashley Giles revealed that he suffered the injury while cleaning a fish tank at his home. Thisara Perera became the first Sri Lankan to hit 6 sixes in an over in any form of professional cricket. Perera is the second cricketer after West Indies T20 international captain Kieron Pollard to achieve this feat in 2021. Indian women's T20 team captain Harmanpreet Kaur has tested positive for coronavirus and is experiencing mild symptoms and is self-isolated at home. She got herself tested on Monday after developing mild fever. The makers of the much-talked-about film RRR have a surprise for movie buffs. While the movie is slated to release in the October month, this year, the first-look motion poster featuring Ajay Devgan will be released on the megastar's birthday on the 2nd of April as a gift to his fans. The team of much-anticipated project Ram Setu, including Bollywood megastar Akshay Kumar, has kick-started the shooting for the film. Akshay Kumar has also unveiled his first look from the film featuring him as an archaeologist. Hollywood's most iconic cinema, the TCL Chinese Theatre, has announced its reopening. A host of monster movie directors including Gareth Edwards Jordan, Vogt Roberts, Michael Dougherty and Adam Wingard cut the red ribbon in the courtyard to mark the reopening. The makers of Hollywood action thriller HITMAN'S Bodyguard 2 have changed the movie's title to The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. The release date of the movie has also been preponed to June 16th from August 20th. Actor and film producer Russell Crowe has been roped in to star in Marvel's Thor: Love and Thunder. The role that Crowe will play in the movie has been kept under wraps to give fans a surprise when the movie is released. Revenge thriller Nobody starring Better Call Saul after Bob Odenkirk topped the box office in North America on its opening weekend by $6.7 million from across 2,460 venues. Directed by Ilya Naishuller, it tells the story of Hutch Mansell, who goes from an ordinary family life to having a Russian mob enforcer after him. The winners of a competition held in Tunisia, which tasked African filmmakers to make a 1-minute movie using just a mobile, have been announced. The Grand Africa Prize went to Marcel Moussa Diouf and Freedom. About 51 films from 23 countries were shown at the competition. Athletic shoemaker Nike Inc. has sued a New York-based company that produced satin shoes purported to contain a drop of human blood as part of a collaboration with Old Town Road rapper Lil Nas X. Nike said in the lawsuit that the company, MSC Product Studio Inc., infringed on and diluted its trademark with the black and red devil-themed shoes, which went on sale on Monday. Stage costumes worn by pop ground Destiny's Child at the height of their fame are hitting the auction block in June, along with gowns belonging to Lady Gaga, Whitney Houston and SHAH. Julian's Auctions is selling more than 100 lots of costumes. The costumes, most of which were designed by Beyoncé's mother China Knowles Lawson, are expected to fetch between $600 and $10,000 each at the 3-day auction in Beverly Hills on June 11th and 13th. Other items up for sale in June include an Atelier Versace gold gossamer gown worn by the late Whitney Houston for a performance in Paris in July 1998, and the net bodysuit and motorcycle jacket outfit worn by SHAH in the 1989 music video for If I Could Turn Back Time that last sold at auction 5 years ago for $60,000. And that's all in this edition of Express News. More coming on the other side. Keep watching DD India.